Hello my dears. Today, I invite you to join me on a journey that has been quietly blooming in my heart for as long as I can remember. There are some dreams that never fade, no matter how many years pass or how many adventures you collect along the way. For me, Africa was always that dream, a place shimmering on the horizon of my imagination, waiting patiently for me to arrive. Africa has always called to me, a continent of dreams and vibrant colors, alive in my imagination. Even as a child I would pore over books and documentaries, utterly captivated by the wild beauty and the sense of adventure that seemed to pulse through every image and story. The names, Serengeti, Kilimanjaro, Okavango, were like poetry to me, promising a world of wonder and discovery. I've traveled far and wide, from the icy reaches of the Arctic to the bustling cities of Asia, but Africa remained a beautiful mystery, a promise to my younger self that I had yet to fulfill. There was always something about it that felt just out of reach, as if it were waiting for the right moment to reveal itself to me. The idea of Africa is pure magic, the cradle of humanity, home to breathtaking landscapes and powerful stories. It's a place where the earth feels ancient and alive, where every sunrise seems to hold the promise of something extraordinary. I imagined vast plains stretching to the horizon, mountains rising out of the mist and rivers teeming with life. I pictured elephants crossing golden plains, their great shadows stretching across the grass, and lions resting beneath the shade of acacia trees, their eyes half closed in the heat of the day. The wildlife of Africa has always seemed to me both majestic and mysterious, a living testament to the wildness that still exists in our world. And then there were the markets, bustling, vibrant, and bursting with color and life. I imagined the air thick with the scent of spices and ripe fruit, the sound of laughter and music, and the endless movement of people going about their daily lives. These were the scenes that danced in my mind, fueling my longing to experience it all firsthand. So, with hope in my heart and a suitcase full of sensible trousers, sturdy shoes, and a well-thumbed journal, I finally set off. There's a special kind of excitement that comes with preparing for a journey you've dreamed of for a lifetime. A mixture of nerves, anticipation, and pure, unfiltered joy. This wasn't just a holiday. It was a pilgrimage to a land that felt both foreign and strangely familiar. As the plane descended and I caught my first glimpse of the red earth and endless sky, I felt a sense of homecoming, as if I were returning to a place I'd always known in my heart. My goal was simple: to see, to listen, and to learn. I wanted to connect with the real living essence of Africa, its people, its wildlife, its landscapes, and its stories. I hope to move beyond the postcards and documentaries, to experience the heartbeat of the continent for myself. This essay is a collection of my first impressions and moments of wonder, a love letter to the places, wildlife, and people who welcomed me with open arms and generous hearts. Every encounter, every sunrise, every shared smile became a thread in the tapestry of my journey. It's the story of my first time in Africa, a journey that changed me in ways I'm still discovering. There were moments of awe and moments of quiet reflection, times when I felt small beneath the vast African sky, and times when I felt deeply connected to the world around me. I hope to share a little of its magic with you just as it transformed me. Perhaps in these stories you'll find a spark of your own longing for adventure and the courage to follow your dreams, no matter how long they've been waiting. The night before my flight, excitement and nerves danced inside me. I paced, checked my list, and imagined my route to Tanzania, my first stop. Sleep was elusive. My mind soared ahead, picturing the moment I'd touch African soil. Would the air be warm, the scents unfamiliar? Would I finally see giraffes and lions in the wild? I thought about the people I'd meet, hoping to be a respectful, curious guest. This wasn't about ticking boxes, but making genuine connections. As dawn broke, calm settled in. I was ready to embrace the unknown. With a deep breath, I picked up my bags. Africa was waiting. Stepping off the plane in Dar es Salaam, I was instantly swept into a world that felt both exhilaratingly new and strangely familiar. The humid air wrapped around me like a soft, invisible blanket, carrying with it the promise of adventure and the unknown. My heart raced with anticipation as I took my first steps onto Tanzanian soil, the ground beneath my feet humming with stories untold. Africa greeted me with a warm, intoxicating embrace. Smiling faces and open arms welcomed me, their kindness radiating a sense of belonging that instantly put me at ease. The city's heartbeat was palpable, and I felt myself becoming part of its rhythm with every breath I took. The air was thick with the scent of frangipani blossoms, mingling with the earthy aroma of sun-baked ground and the smoky perfume of distant cooking fires. Each breath was a sensory tapestry, weaving together the sweetness of flowers, the spice of street food, and the deep, grounding scent of the earth itself. It was a fragrance I'd never known, yet somehow it felt like home. The city pulsed with energy, voices in melodic Swahili rising and falling in animated conversation, laughter echoing through the bustling markets, and the distant notes of music drifting on the breeze. Car horns punctuated the air, weaving into the city's symphony, while the clatter of footsteps and the hum of life created a rhythm that was impossible to ignore. Everything was drenched in golden light. The late afternoon sun painted the city in hues of amber and honey. Colors seemed to leap from every surface. Vivid reds, deep blues, and brilliant yellows danced in the sunlight, turning even the simplest street corner into a living canvas. The city shimmered, alive with possibility. Women in vibrant kangas moved with effortless grace, their fabrics swirling like brushstrokes in a masterpiece. Each pattern told a story, each color a memory passed down through generations. Even the buildings, with their intricate designs and weathered facades, seemed to whisper tales of history, resilience, and hope. I stood, momentarily overwhelmed by the reality of it all. This was no longer a distant dream or a picture in a book. I was here, in the heart of Africa, surrounded by life in its purest, most vibrant form. The city's energy surged through me, filling me with awe and gratitude. The sun warmed my skin, laughter bubbled in the air, and the earth beneath my feet felt solid and real. Children played in the streets, their joy infectious, while elders shared stories under the shade of ancient trees. Every moment was a celebration of life, and I found myself smiling, swept up in the pure, unfiltered joy that surrounded me. I felt small in the vastness of this place, yet deeply connected, as if a missing piece of my story had finally clicked into place. The city's spirit seeped into my bones, grounding me in the present while inviting me to dream of what lay ahead. I realized that I was not just a visitor but a participant in this unfolding story. My African adventure had truly begun. With every step, I felt the promise of discovery and transformation. The horizon beckoned, and I knew that the journey ahead would be filled with moments that would change me forever. Every sense was alive, every moment a revelation. I was finally here, ready to embrace the unknown, and let Africa's symphony for the senses play on in my heart. Leaving the city behind, we journeyed to the legendary Serengeti. The hum of the city faded into the distance, replaced by the anticipation of adventure as our vehicle rumbled along the dusty road. The landscape began to change, the buildings giving way to open fields and the promise of wild, untamed Africa. With every mile the air felt fresher, the horizon wider, and our excitement grew. The endless plains unfolded, a golden sea beneath a vast sky dotted with acacia trees. The Serengeti stretched as far as the eye could see, its beauty both overwhelming and serene. The wind whispered through the tall grasses, carrying with it the scent of earth and freedom. Here the world felt boundless and time seemed to slow down, inviting us to simply be present. Our guide Joseph stopped the vehicle and we sat in silence as a family of elephants appeared. Their massive forms moved with surprising grace, their footsteps almost soundless on the soft earth. We watched, breathless as they approached, their presence commanding respect and awe. A mother guided her calf, their bond clear and moving. The calf stayed close, occasionally reaching out with its trunk for reassurance. It was a tender moment, a glimpse into the deep connections that exist in the wild, reminding us of the universality of family and care. We watched, mesmerized as they passed, nature's theater at its most magnificent. The herd moved on, leaving us with a sense of wonder and gratitude for witnessing such a scene. It was as if time had paused, allowing us to fully absorb the magic of the moment. Each day brought new wonders, zebras in dazzling herds, their stripes a living pattern against the golden grass, and elegant giraffes gliding across the savannah, their long necks silhouetted against the sky. The diversity of life here was astonishing, a living tapestry woven from countless species, each playing its part in the grand story of the Serengeti. Lions basked in the sun, their golden coats blending with the land. We watched as they lounged in the grass, powerful yet peaceful, rulers of this vast domain. Their presence was a reminder of the raw power and beauty that defines the Serengeti. Sunsets set the sky ablaze, painting the horizon in fiery oranges and deep purples. As the sun dipped below the plains, the world seemed to hold its breath, bathed in the glow of another perfect day ending in the wild. And nights filled with the sounds of the wild, lions roaring in the distance, hyenas calling, and the soft rustle of unseen creatures moving through the grass. The Serengeti never truly sleeps, its heartbeat continues under the vast starlit sky. Lying in my tent, I felt a primal connection to the world around me. The thin canvas was all that separated me from the wilderness, and yet I felt safe, part of something much larger than myself. The night air was cool, filled with the scent of grass and the distant calls of animals, a lullaby from the wild. The Serengeti was pure magic, humbling, breathtaking, unforgettable. Every sunrise brought new possibilities, every sunset a sense of peace. It was a place that stirred the soul and awakened a sense of wonder that lingered long after we left. I was part of something ancient and extraordinary, a living world that has endured for millennia. The Serengeti left an imprint on my heart, a reminder of the wild beauty that still exists, waiting to inspire all who venture here. From the Serengeti, we flew to Zanzibar, a world apart, fragrant with cloves and sea air. The beaches were dazzling, the water a spectrum of blues. In Stone Town, I wandered narrow alleys lined with carved doors and bustling bazaars. The city's architecture told stories of African, Arab, Indian, and European influences. Markets overflowed with spices, textiles, and laughter, a sensory feast. Visiting a spice farm, I saw and smelled the island's famous exports firsthand. Surrounded by fragrant trees, I felt the deep history and global impact of this small island. Zanzibar's beauty and charm captured my heart completely. Food is a window into culture, and in Tanzania, every meal was a discovery. I began with ugali, a simple, hearty staple eaten with hands, grounding and communal. In Zanzibar, spices and seafood transformed every dish: grilled octopus, fragrant biryani, soft chapati with sweet mangoes. Street markets sizzled with grilling meat and the sweet scent of mandazi. Sharing meals with guides, I learned Swahili names and traditions. Food here is about community and celebration, not just sustenance. Every bite told a story of history and connection. The experience was delicious and heartwarming. I tasted the soul of Tanzania. The true soul of Africa is its people. From the start, I was welcomed with warmth and the word karibu, welcome. In a village near the Serengeti, children's laughter and an elder's stories bridged any language gap. My guides were passionate ambassadors, sharing knowledge and love for their homeland. In markets and roadside stalls, I saw resilience and community spirit. People worked hard but always found time for connection. This human spirit, graceful, strong, and warm, is Africa's heartbeat. It left an indelible mark on me. Africa was more than a destination. It was a profound education. I learned to slow down, to be present, to move with the sun, not the clock. Witnessing the Great Migration revealed the interconnectedness of all life. My guide's reverence for nature inspired a renewed commitment to conservation. I saw true wealth in community, tradition, and joy, not possessions. Generosity and resilience shone everywhere, from artists to entrepreneurs. Africa's spirit remains unbroken, its optimism contagious. I left inspired and hopeful, reminded of what truly matters. The continent's beauty and power are undeniable. It was a privilege to witness even a small part of it. My time in Africa has ended for now, but the journey continues in my heart. The memories, scents, sounds, tastes, smiles are now part of me. Africa's stories are endless, and I've only begun to explore. I dream of deserts, deltas, and ancient wonders yet to come. I hope my story has sparked your curiosity and wonder. Let's keep exploring this beautiful world together. Your support makes these adventures possible. The next journey is just around the corner. Come along with me.